How's it going, guys? It's Raider and we're playing as Belgium in the Cold War scenario on Age of Civilizations Europe. So to start out, obviously we have a very powerful alliance, but they also have a very powerful alliance. And from test runs in the past that I've played on this scenario, you usually see the breakdown of society, especially within our group early on. And it usually seems that this group has almost a near unbeatable amount of power early on in the game. So it's very difficult to actually beat the Soviet Union early on. But I believe if we work hard enough, our allies can possibly win. So our first goal is to eliminate Luxembourg before they become a problem. And the war has begun. Obviously, Britain will have its problems. If the UK falls, we usually see the utter collapse of the Allies. And then Sweden, obviously, is a very important addition to the team. I do not believe we're going to try to add anybody into our alliance for this entire Let's Play. Because usually, from times I've done it, Europe is a little bit broken, it seems, with the alliances, because they like to just break apart randomly. Compared to the other games, so let's just hope for the best. And I think our first goal will be to invade Ireland, because I believe the enemy will probably get to us soon anyway. So on to Ireland we go. I don't want to see Ireland ever have any strength in this region whatsoever in our, war. So far the enemy is pushing through West Germany, so they will be to our border very soon. Hopefully it goes well and does not turn ugly, but I believe it's going to be a very hard game to win. Especially since we're playing as Belgium. Obviously, Turkey is just dead already. Yeah, things aren't going very well for Turkey or Greece, our allies in the south. So far, Italy has managed to hold it somewhat together, and then the Netherlands are helping our good ally in West Germany. So let's remove Ireland from the map real quick. There we go. Oh, yay! France. Why did you do this? Okay. So France has had enough of us, so they've decided to join the commies. Oh, and it looks like the commies group is starting to break up a little bit as well. See, this is the glitch I see, is when you click one nation, the others aren't allied. So France has betrayed us. This is fun. Thanks, France. Well, it's going to be a lot harder now to win, since France can literally fuck our entire country before we can do anything. Again, thank you, France, for fucking everything up. But hey, if you remember World War II France, you did that too. You fucked up. Let's try to do some invasion plans to take down the French, because they are obviously betraying us to join the commies. We've managed to win for the most part, and I believe they will not survive if we can take out the rest of this real quick. It's really hard to just take the capital. Hopefully we get the capital, because I do not want the Spanish to have all this power. Okay, and they do have the power, meaning that the Spanish will get all of this land in the south, and if they Italy betrayed us. Yay. See, this is what I mean. A lot of people leave the alliance, so our alliance is already starting to cripple under the Soviet pressure, and obviously the Soviet group has also diminished as well. Maybe it's because all the nukes that are flying. Obviously, there's probably 1 billion nukes going off right now, somewhere in this game. Sweden has actually become an empire somehow, magically, and now the Soviets are on our doorstep. Yay! So let's invade the Soviets before they literally rip our country apart. Okay, they're going to rip our country apart. It's going to actually be a real war. Oh, and the Swedish are on our other doorstep. Yay. And they just took our capital. So the Swedish attacked by sea, and they've literally... You know, at the start of this game, I didn't know I was going to die by Sweden, but it's starting to look like the case. Now that I look at what has happened to our map. Sweden has obviously come down here with vengeance to rip our country to shreds. Can we at least block out the Italians from getting to us? Well, we've managed to save our puny little capital, and, okay, Spain has betrayed us. Okay. So we have multiple wars we have to deal with at the current moment, so I believe our empire might be fucked. Overall, though, this was just a little gameplay, though, for the Cold War scenario, since I've never really played it too much on the channel. So I hope you guys, regardless, win or lose, if we lose, enjoy. I don't know if I'm going to make this a two-part or not. I think I'm just going to keep it a one-part, and then just do some skipping if it gets a little bit repetitive. But hopefully we can wrap this war up pretty soon. Boom. Okay, so we're starting to reclaim the north, which is a start. Let's end the war with the Spanish. End it with the Soviets, so our group can at least try to rebuild itself. Germany, surprisingly, Germany has held on very well compared to our other allies in the south. Germany might actually be the reason I'm not dead yet. Ironically. I just can't even beat Italy, though, because Italy has so much power and our population has gone to shit in my country. Can we launch some attacks from here to there? There we go. France has somewhat returned. Well, actually, I have all these troops literally sitting right here. Hopefully Spain doesn't get any ideas. There we go. End the war with Italy and go after Spain. Actually, can we end the war? Fuck. Let them have that. We'll take these territories and we'll go into the Soviet Union and try to rebuild our fallen country. So Spain is still fighting, but I believe due to my country being more powerful, and Spain really is doing very bad against Portugal, I believe Spain will not be too big of a problem. They should end the war. But if they don't end the war, yay, more battles that I have to deal with. So the main goal right now is to push through Austria and get to the mainland of the Soviet land. Let's try to break through there and try to do some little invasions on the side. So we have somewhat broke through Austria, and now we are in the mainland of the Soviet Empire for the most part, for the start of this game. Spain has given us the middle finger once again. I think we should end the war with the Soviets just for a little bit. These guys, you know, they're holding on okay for the most part. Not really. But we're just trying to get we need a miracle at the current moment we're in. So that worked out fairly well. Now we have a southern port. I mean, if you really look at my empire, Belgium is as powerful as it's ever been before, despite the Soviet alliance having a ton of power as well. We haven't done that bad. Italy has gone a little bit crazy, though, with power. So we have to get rid of them as quickly as possible, or they're going to cause problems. Let's try to get some invasions into mainland Italy. But Spain apparently doesn't want us to get anything accomplished. Thanks, Spain, for being a little bitch. Let's take all that over and just kick these assholes out of our territory. There we go. Let's get another piece up with the West. The East for now. So now we have two fronts, for the most part, instead of this one big-ass front that was literally screwing us over. Now we can start to focus down on these fronts a little bit easier, hopefully. But it's not going to go that way, probably. So remove this southern French front, because that's annoying. And let's also blockade Italy from gaining any more territory in the north. There we go. So Italy is no longer a massive problem, but we still have the problem over here in this region. And for the most part, we have blocked off that nation. So Italy and Spain, let's just end the war. Italy and Spain can fight to the death. I could care less. Portugal, you know what? Should we just kick Portugal out of the group entirely? They've just been starting wars that we really don't want to get involved in. So we should have more peace now in the region. And now on to the Soviet war that is nearing. So I think we're going to start this war out with a declaration of war on the Soviets. And it has begun. Okay, apparently Albania has okay. That could actually have been very extremely bad had they have taken all of the Italian land, but they didn't. They only took a little bit, so it's not the end of the world. Let's try to regain our... okay. So we're currently fighting a 9,000 front war, which is almost an we can't even survive, hardly. Our allies have been literally wiped off the map. They're non-existent. So it's literally just Belgium versus the world, other than... I guess we still have the British on our side, who are somewhat powerful. But it's not looking very good for our empire. Considering they're at our doorstep... Okay, they've just taken our doorstep. They've taken all of mainland Belgium. Despite us having somewhat gained a little bit of power. The Soviets, though, they are at war with a lot of countries. Meanwhile, we are also in a lot of wars, but we're somewhat doing a little bit better than the Soviets are. So let's try to gain some more power in this region, I guess, and just take back our capital, if possible. It's obviously not looking possible, but our empire... when the Soviets hit 100 provinces, this is nearing the end. And then you have a Spain that refuses to have peace, so... It's looking like our empire might not make it. I've just been trying to survive, though. That's been the whole goal of the game. I don't even think we have a chance anymore in the east, considering we don't have any problems in the German territory. I think we should invade to the north instead and just let the south crumble, I guess, just for a little bit. Until we can get things under control, we're just going to have to just fight the north. So we've got our allies back, for the most part. Let's get Spain out of the war, let them have what they've gained, but let them fight other countries instead, who aren't us. We can't let Albania get too far within our territory, so let's try to block them a little bit here. Otherwise things could go completely out of hand and we could lose everything that we've worked to protect so far. Something like this should work somewhat well for our current predicament. We're holding off, but the Soviets are shrinking. They are losing a little bit of land. But the Albanians, the Albanians have a very powerful empire as well now. They've kind of gone out of control with their power as well. And we really can't stop them at the current moment. Let's try to get an alliance up with the Spanish. I believe this could overall help our country out. Because right now, times are, again, bad, like I said. Send the troops over there, lead the armies, and take Berlin. Should be our goal. Overall, try to block out the Austrians for long as possible. If we win this, it might be our greatest war strategy we've ever done. The Soviets are shrinking, but they are still very powerful. Let's try to do... Okay, that's not going to be a fun one to destroy. We have no anything down here either. Okay. I say we invade a lot of these weak territories that are easy to gain in Germany. I've kind of lost that focus for the last couple of turns by fighting in the south, where we're just losing. So let's fight in the north. Our capital's in the north anyway. We don't have to really worry about Italy. If we lose Italy, it's a whatever situation. I guess we'll have a little bit more fighting in the south, but at least we'll also be closer to the Soviet capital, where we can probably slow down the Soviets entirely. Maybe we should actually do some land invasions and remove Albania. If we had all of Albania's territory, it's literally a cakewalk to their capital. So let's do something risky and let's invade Albania with full force. Like, just don't even get close to surrendering. But we have some problems in the north as well that we still have to deal with, which is really annoying. That should work for this turn. Yeah, we're starting to get pushed back severely. And the Soviets have regained a lot of their land again. Spain has actually surprisingly been helping quite a bit. Let's take over the Albanian capital and just continue to try to push into Austria. Do some wars, retake Belgium, basically just defend our territory. That actually turned out very well. So we have taken Albania's capital, meaning Albania will be the main one wanting their capital back. So let's attack the Soviets with full force and everybody else down there. Let's attack there, and let's get our troops to do kind of like a flank attack in the north. So we're going to do this, and we're going to flank them in Denmark. And then we'll cut them off somewhat, or try to cut them off at Berlin once again. Because every time we take Berlin, they take it right back. So it's not a very easy city to take. Okay, and we're starting to lose our territory in the south that we worked very hard for. Yeah, we just lost all of that. But hey, look what alliance is breaking apart. You know what that means. If this alliance breaks down, we can get peace with Albania and literally just push straight to the Moscow capital. The Soviets have regained a lot of territory there, which is a problem, meaning that they will eventually believe themselves strong enough to attack us again, which is not very fun. Do our best. I say we need new territory, so let's try to push through as quickly as possible. Soviets have literally the weakest country they've ever had so far. The Italian war still very, very active, and they have a very large advantage in the south and in the north. Look at how look how much destruction we've caused in Germany just to plow through that small little territory, and we haven't accomplished much of anything. Our nearest territory to even launch an attack on the Denmark region is like here, which I think we're gonna have to risk. Let's send all the troops there, and let's try to continue to push into Poland. I believe should be the goal. As long as just weaken this territory, because I'm sick of fighting in Germany because we're just getting nowhere. So officially, we are almost. We're slowly catching up to the Soviet power. I think in a few more turns, we should be able to push through all of Poland. Maybe even do some sort of flank from the north and take over the Italian region. Let's try to do that, actually. This could actually work really good. We've been having troubles because our goal is to break through the north. Let's see how this goes. More of Poland obviously falls. And we really need to just end this war right now in the south. If we can break through this one little territory, I think we've won the war. So I say let's risk it, send all of the troops, every single one of them, to those two territories. And let's finally take over Austria once and for all. I think that was where most of the fighting was, to be completely honest. That should work, and Austria has finally fallen, thank God. The Soviets are literally crumbling, the Albanians have crumbled, and now it's just a fight to kind of block off this territory and take mainland Moscow. The Swedish still fighting strong, and obviously we still have some troubles over here in a region. We really have not been able to get much done. Say we try our best to just weaken that, as well as just send as many troops as possible to the north. Maybe we can get something somewhat done, hopefully. So obviously, we got more problems again in the east, but we're starting to plan our destruction of this territory, which is very important to our strategy at the moment. There we go. I think that should do it. And then let's take over these small territories over here. Let's take over this, and let's take over that. Finish off Albania if we can as well in that area. And boom, this is officially the road to Moscow. Let's end the war with the Swedes for now. And I believe we have more, yes, we have more territory than the Soviets and Albanians combined for the most part. I think we're going to end it here. I'll see you all next time, and peace. We literally whooped the Soviets, despite our entire group turning against us.